yesterday must have been the nicest day in the world history. It was just nice. The air was clean, and you know, all the wind and blew and rain and blew all the smut out of the air. I said, man. So I said, shoot, kind of lie to yourself. I deserve a day off. So I'm going to just play like I'm working. Right? It just, you know, every now and then it's good to do that. But also at the same time, re-explain to yourself what all of this vocabulary, what it all means. What does willpower mean now? You know? So willpower means, and you put your meaning onto willpower. But willpower relates to discipline, endurance, self-control, and all those things. What does it mean in 75? I was looking at an old book the other day, and it had, you know, every day I'd run, I said 10 miles, 8 miles, and you had certain notations. That means you ran 13 miles because you ran all the way around the lake, all the way up in the woods, and all the way down these other trails, you know, which is nice running. But when you get older, so now you could take a nice stroll over there, just go up a little hill, down a little hill, enjoy yourself, do your little physical fitness. Why? Because you want to make it to 100. If you tried to run like all you did, it wore yourself out. I was lucky I didn't wear myself out all them years of running 10 miles a day, and 12 miles a day, and 8 miles a day with hand weights and plastic on, and pull up your plastic, and a quart of sweat comes out. And sweat at first has a salty taste, but you can sweat so long, you don't have no taste no more. Why? You done sweated all that poison out of you. Right? Anyway, so what does it look like at 75? Right. Study the effects of continuous interruptions in goal attainment on personal habits and behavior. Now, the white man study you, you study them. If I go to California, okay, they send that crack pot down and they interrupt I have a goal to do certain things, and they interrupt it. I go and I paint the masjid, I do all this stuff, and then they take me to jail. And I get out, I go back. So like in California, the last time I went to jail 4 times. I wanted to go to jail 4 times, you know, get the paperwork and stuff. So if you notice, I never called nobody. I never just go to jail. And I might mention that later. Yeah, I just went to jail. And here I am. Okay, so this is what I want to do. But now, what is the effect on your behavior? You got to think about it. They studying you. We doing stuff to them. They doing stuff to us. Okay. If you go to jail 4 times, how does that affect your momentum and what you're doing, your focus, right? How much does it disturb your focus? It's going to have some effect now. Even though you want to do it, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. But how much? So you have to study yourself. Just like if you study everybody else, remember what the book says, know yourself. Know your enemy, 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. So you are evolving, developing human being. So you have to study your own evolution so that you can help manage your own evolution. And evolution could be a goal in life, that I continue to evolve, I continue to improve, I continue to get better all my life. And if hopefully if you get lucky, you're going to get a little older. Okay, if I start getting physically weak in one area, then I can shift it to another area, right? Improvement. So if you're getting physically weaker, you can develop your spirit. And definitely, spiritual stuff start kicking in the older you get. In fact, if you study people, older people are happier in general than younger people are. Because when you're young, everything, oh, I know this is big, people are laughing at me, and that stuff is real. And you're insecure, and the prettiest people is the most insecure. I got fat hands, and I'm not saying you can't see it, but they are, right? And the skinniest people are what they eating and throwing up and all that stuff, right? The people is crazy. But that's where you are when you're young. Very few people who are young and, hey man, this is me. And when you get old, I don't care how big your nose is, you done had it so long, you accept it. I got a big nose, so it ain't no big deal. And when we young, boy, we sharp, everything gotta be just right. When you get old, you see people with red on this side, blue over here, they look like a flag, right? All they do is be buttoned up where they stay warm, but all that other stuff, checkered pants. So, boy, I hope I don't get like that, but they don't care, right? You take it or leave it. I don't care. You know, what you think about ain't gonna have no effect on me. I ain't gonna get no older, or no younger, or no uglier, or no prettier. What you do, right? When you get old, you get into that, and the older you get, the more you get like that. That's why older people are happier than young people. Should be the happiest, but older people are generally happy. One more thing, I'll change the subject just for a minute. Older people have a lot of things going for them. When they used to, in World War II, they'd had these convoys, and they'd be going to Europe, and they had the merchant marines. So the U-boats were sinking all these, as many boats as they could, right? And you know, in those days they had all them lifeboats, and they would come by, they'd be picking up tons of people on lifeboats and everything. You know what they found? They found more old people than they did young people. And the young people, they got a longer life in front of them. They're stronger, they're able to hold on better than, they got more muscular strength than the old people did. Well, why they finding old people? Their studies showed this, that those older people, they just went through depression, they had lost this, that, and other, you know what I mean? And there they were, alive, and all they had to do was hold on. So they they just had their hand on the log and they just locked in. They just locked in. All they know is, just hold on, it's gonna get better. But the young person, I'm tired. I've never been this tired before. And he let go and slipped on in the water, right? So getting old will have a lot of good things to go. First, it's good to get old. That's the thing. Anyway, let me get back to study the effects of continuous interruption in goal attainment. The way they try to produce frustration in animals and rats and in human beings is to foil your goals. Your goal is to get over there. So they put obstacles in their way, right? They try to divert you. So, now suppose this happened continuously in life. So, what are you going to do? How does it affect your behavior? Well, you have to change all of those obstacles to opportunities in your mind. Anything happen, it's opportunity. Whatever they do, I'm going to find some good in it. Right? Whatever boss man do, I'm going to find some benefit in it. when you train yourself to approach life like that, can't nobody do nothing to you. Can't nobody even threaten you, you know. Why? Because whatever you do, hey, I'm going to turn it into an opportunity. There's some good in that, right? That way of thinking prepares a person or a people to face challenges, and they look at them as opportunities. So that's one of the keys. No matter how continuous the interruptions in your goal attainment is, you can affect your personal habits and behavior by how you look at things. White folks call it a reticular activating mechanism. It's supposed to be a net black group of cells in your brain that they relate to threats or value, right? And so, if it's a family in the house and the little babies, they're sick, there could be planes flying overhead, all kind of noises. Nobody will wake up. But if that little baby that's sick cough a little bit, mother wakes up, boom, right away. That's a reticular activating. That means that cough could be a threat to the baby's life and everything else, so she's going to wake up right away. If you're in a crowded room and it's all kind of noise going on and people way over in the corner whisper your name, yeah, listen, Johnny, that's. You can almost hear it way over there, right? Why? Because it relates directly to him. It could be a threat, it could be a value. You know? Yeah. You throw that ball out, and guy's running down the way, and he said, ball. You turn around and grab it. There's people in the stands jumping up and down. Some of them football, it could be 100,000 people. They could be calling your name. Go get him, go get him. F you. They could be saying anything, right? And you ain't paying no attention. Only thing you locked on is the things that are a threat or a value. The big lineman, 400 pounds, as fast as grease lightning, coming to tear your head off, right? And here come the ball. So, right? And the guy, I guess they do still say ball. And you look around, because they still do that? Yeah, when the ball is right close to you, you just run it. Then he say ball. So you know, and the way he said it's either over this side, over that side. So he turned and he got it. You know, without wasting time looking at it, you know, he just, and the guy throw it where he figured. And then all you got to do, you got the ball, there's a goal line, there's a win, and that's a couple of them 400 pounds. And the guys, I think now, weigh 400 pounds quicker than they used to be. And then they jump all up and down. When they get you on the ground, they don't, all of them come. They still do that in football. Yeah. They just jump all on you. Say, man, look, I'm already down. Right? They should say, I'm already down. All 5 of y'all don't have to come. They still do that. They just pile on the polo guy in there. I said, man, them guys, this is cold-blooded. But it's a threat or it's a value, right? So that's the same thing with life. There is some differences in our study, in our research, in approaches to life and attitude. It really has an effect, you know. I'm not going to get into it, but we have this It's a qadr of Allah. That's all I can say about it. But we have stuff we got to do. We really, like, you got to look at where we are now. It ain't nobody where we are. It ain't nobody never been where we are. Not even close. Nobody's never been where we are. Nobody has been as long. You know, longevity, King 13 years, Malcolm 13 years, 1952, 1965, you know, 1956, 1968, stuff like that. How much time did they were both 39 years old? We had a lot of game when we was 39, but it ain't the same as now. It's not the same as now. Especially when you have Islam, you have a collective, but you have a personal human development program. Right? The Quran Hadith, they are personal development program. And if you're using it as that, that's what you're doing. You're personally helping to shape, fashion, and form who you are. And then when you get that way, you're rebuilding yourself. And okay, here's the point I'm making. We're getting ready to take off, but we have to, we have, when I see brothers that have been gone a long time, and they come back, I'm sorry to say they're good brothers, but if you look around, you don't see them. From the movement, they're still, some of them that are alive, where are they? 30 or 40 years in the penitentiary have an effect on you. Your people leaving you alone when you need them have an effect on you. All of our brothers have been through that type of thing. Most of the people might have been into what they was doing for the style, the time of life, you know. Remember when everybody was wearing Malcolm hats and stuff? They brought him in style because they knew we'd bring him in style, bring out a movie, they'd come in and they'd go out of style. They did Malcolm like a style. So if you came by at 95 with a Malcolm X hat, so what is that, man? That's out of style. 92, whenever it was, right? That was what's happening, man. But now it's out of style. Our people in the black days, a lot of people, it was a style. Black power, everybody's doing it, right? Everybody's dressing like that. So they dress like that. They do their hair like that. But they have not developed as human beings like that. Can you imagine most of our people, if you wanted to study why did our rebellion, why was it not successful? Wasn't it lack of population and all of that? We never had a chance. Who the hell, we didn't even know what revolution was. And then they would take people that was semi-revolutionaries, like the last poets and all of that. The revolution won't be televised, and then they have Gil Scott-Heron, which is a heroin addict, singing. Right? They may take people that make music like Professor Griffin used to talk about pawns in the game and all of that, you know. And all of a sudden, they gone. And everybody else is kill that bitch, shoot that nigga, gangster rap, right? Where did that stuff come from? We went from holding our people and women in esteem, and we can do it and all that nice stuff, to shoot that nigga, bump that nigga, deaf that nigga, right? Oh man, what happened? The people, they don't give a... Okay, with all that going on, we done escaped all of that. Therefore, we're unique. But being unique means we got to do the whole show. Well, we don't have to, but if we don't do it for this period, it won't be done. If we don't do it for this period, this won't be done. Black Lives Matter, they just Black Lives Matter, they run around. You know, all of them, the way they're acting, they don't know, they can't know what they're doing. Right? They clearly, and they were selected to do that. It's not only them. Why is every movement silent? Why do people in Answer Coalition have a few demonstrations, then they're in the alternative media doing all that talking? Why do people load over the WPFW and talk, right? Why do they do that? Some of the people go over there. I've had people from here go over there, and they do everything but call you, and you might be the only one alive that know any of the people they be talking about Black August. You could be the only one in the region that knows any of those people they talking about. That know them, hang out with them, work with them. He won't call you. You go to Berkeley, last Malcolm X program I went to, one of the curly-headed crew, this is one of the curly-headed crew right here. Right here, it says Dr. Scott Ritter, this used to be Wally. So I get a phone call from, used to be a black woman that was on this local, she used to, what's the name over in Baltimore? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So they called, said, Brother Scott Ritter is going to be here. I said, Scott Ritter? Doctor? I said, oh, you mean Wally? We want you to come over and out there at, what's the name of it?